My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 34 years old, and I live in Redmond, Washington, a suburb just outside Seattle. Or at least I used to think of it as my home. Now it feels like a house of lies. I'm a high school English teacher at Redmond High School. I've been married to Mark for 12 years. We have 2 kids. Emma is 9 and Jake is 7. Mark works as a software engineer at Microsoft. He makes $180,000 a year. We live in a 4-bedroom house worth about $850,000. To everyone who knows us, we're the perfect American family. Or we were, until 3 months ago. It was a Tuesday evening in late September. The kids were doing homework in their rooms. I was in the kitchen making dinner. Chicken stir-fry, Mark's favorite. He had texted me earlier that he'd be home by 7 p.m. It was 6:45. I was chopping vegetables when I heard his phone buzz on the counter. He'd left it there when he went upstairs to change out of his work clothes. The screen lit up with a notification, Jessica from work. Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you. When can we meet again? My knife stopped mid-air. My heart stopped too. For a moment, I thought I'd misread it. I looked again. The words were still there. Last night was incredible. Last night. Monday. Mark told me he was working late on a project deadline. He came home at 11 p.m. exhausted, or so he said. I even felt sorry for him. I'd heated up leftover pasta and rubbed his shoulders while he ate. My hands were shaking as I picked up his phone. It wasn't locked. He'd just opened it and left it on the counter. I tapped on the message. The conversation opened. I started scrolling up, and I felt my entire world collapse. September 24th, yesterday, 10:47 p.m. Mark. Just got home. She's already asleep. God, I feel terrible lying to her. Jessica. I know, baby, but we can't help what we feel. What we have is real. Mark. I know, I never thought I'd be that guy. The cheater. Jessica, you're not a cheater. You're someone who found real love after settling too young. There's a difference. Mark. Sarah's a good person. She doesn't deserve this. Jessica. Then maybe you should tell her the truth. We can't keep hiding forever. My vision blurred. Tears ran down my face, but I kept scrolling. I had to see everything. I had to know. September 20th, 8:23 p.m. Jessica. I'm wearing that red dress you love. Reservation at Il Terrazzo Carmine at 8:30. Can't wait to see you. Mark. On my way. Told Sarah I have a team dinner with clients. She bought it. Il Terrazzo Carmine. That's an expensive Italian restaurant downtown Seattle. He'd told me it was a work dinner. I even joked that he'd bring me back tiramisu. He didn't. September 15th, 11:54 p.m. Mark. I'm parked outside your apartment. Everyone's asleep. Coming up now. Jessica. Doors unlocked. I'm waiting for you in bed. I scrolled further back. The messages went back 5 months. 5 months. From late April, right after Easter. April 28th. Jessica. I can't believe this is happening. I've never felt this way about anyone. Mark. Me neither. I thought marriage had killed that part of me. But you make me feel alive again. I heard footsteps on the stairs. Mark was coming down. I quickly locked his phone and put it back exactly where it had been. My hands were still shaking. My face was wet with tears. He walked into the kitchen wearing his Microsoft hoodie and sweatpants. He smiled at me. That same smile he'd given me every day for 12 years. But now it looked fake. Everything looked fake. Hey, babe, smells amazing, he said, walking toward me to kiss my cheek. I turned away. Your phone was buzzing. Oh? He picked it up casually, glanced at the screen. His face went white. For just a second. Then he recovered. Just work stuff. Really? My voice was cold. I'd never heard myself sound like that before. Yeah, Jessica from my team. We're working on a tight deadline for a client presentation. Jessica from your team, I repeated. The one you had dinner with last Thursday? At Il Terrazzo Carmine? He froze. His mouth opened. No words came out. Or was it the time you worked late on Monday? I continued. My voice was rising now. Or the time 2 weeks ago when you stayed at Mike's house after the Seahawks game? Which lie should we discuss first, Mark? His face crumbled. He knew. He knew I'd seen everything. Sarah, don't. I held up my hand. Don't you dare lie to me again. I read your messages. All of them. 5 months, Mark. 5 months you've been sleeping with her. I can explain. Explain what? I shouted. The kids' bedroom doors opened upstairs. I lowered my voice to a harsh whisper. Explain how you've been fucking someone else while I was teaching your children, making your dinners, washing your clothes, believing every single lie you told me? Tears streamed down his face now. I'm sorry. God, Sarah, I'm so sorry. I never meant for this to happen. It just happened. It just happened? I laughed bitterly. For 5 months? You made reservations at expensive restaurants. You parked outside her apartment at midnight. You told her you loved her. Things don't just happen for 5 months, Mark. You chose this. Every single day you chose her over me. I love you, Sarah. I still love you. Don't you dare say that to me. My voice broke. You don't get to say that anymore. You lost that right the moment you decided our marriage meant nothing. Mom? Dad? Emma's small voice came from the stairs. Why are you yelling? Mark and I both turned. Our 9-year-old daughter stood on the stairs in her pajamas with teddy bears on them, her eyes wide with fear. Jake was behind her, holding his stuffed dinosaur. Go back to bed, honey, I said, forcing my voice to be calm. Mommy and Daddy are just having a disagreement. Everything's okay. But you're crying, Emma said. I'm fine, baby. Go back to bed. Please. Mark walked toward the stairs. Come on, guys. I'll tuck you in. No, I said firmly. I'll do it. You stay here. I walked past him without looking at his face. I couldn't. If I looked at him, I'd either break down completely or throw something at him. Neither was appropriate with the kids watching. I tucked Emma and Jake back into bed, kissed their foreheads, told them I loved them. Emma asked again if everything was okay. I lied and said yes. Another lie in a house full of lies. When I came back downstairs, Mark was sitting at the kitchen table with his head in his hands. Tell me everything, I said quietly. From the beginning. And if you lie to me even once, I'm calling a divorce lawyer tomorrow. He looked up. His eyes were red. Her name is Jessica Hartley. She's 28. She started at Microsoft in April as a project manager on my team. We worked together on a big project. Long hours, late nights at the office. We started talking. Just talking at first. About life, about dreams, about everything. And then one night in late April, we were working late. Everyone else had gone home. We ordered Thai food to the office. We were laughing about something stupid, and He paused. She kissed me. And I didn't stop her. Where? In my office. And then? We slept together that night. At her apartment. I told you I was working all night at the office. I remembered that night. April 28th. He'd texted me at midnight saying the deadline was crazy and he'd just crash at the office. I'd texted back, "Okay, honey. Love you. Don't work too hard." How many times? I asked. Sarah, how many times did you sleep with her? He was silent for a long moment. I don't know. Maybe 20? 30? I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. 30 times. 30 times he'd been inside another woman while I'd been home with his children, believing every lie he told. Do you love her? I asked. He hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. You do, I whispered. Oh my God. You actually love her. I don't know what I feel, he said desperately. I'm confused. I love you, Sarah. I love our kids. But yes, I have feelings for Jessica too. She makes me feel young again, excited, like life is full of possibilities. And I don't? That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean, Mark? I was shouting again. That I'm boring? That 12 years of marriage and 2 kids have made me less exciting than a 28-year-old with no responsibilities? You don't understand. You're right. I don't understand. I don't understand how the man I trusted with my entire life could betray me like this. I don't understand how you could lie to my face every single day. I don't understand how you could kiss me goodnight after being inside another woman. He started crying. Actual sobs. I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I felt trapped. Like my life was on autopilot. Wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed. Repeat. I'm 36 years old and I felt like my life was already over. So you decided to blow up our family? I asked coldly. Congratulations, Mark. Now your life is definitely not on autopilot anymore. What are you going to do? He asked quietly. I don't know, I admitted. Right now, I want you out of my sight. Pack a bag, go to a hotel. I need time to think without looking at your face. Sarah, please. Go! I screamed. Get out! Now! He went upstairs. I heard him moving around in our bedroom, opening drawers, stuffing clothes into a bag. 15 minutes later, he came down with a duffel bag. I'll call you tomorrow, he said from the doorway. I didn't respond. I just stared at the kitchen counter where his phone had been, where my entire world had collapsed in the space of a text message. The door closed. His car started. He drove away. I stood alone in my kitchen, the dinner I'd been making still sitting half-prepared on the counter. Chicken stir-fry, his favorite. I walked to the trash can and threw it all away. Then I sat down on the kitchen floor and cried until I had no tears left. The next morning, I called in sick to work. I couldn't face my students. I couldn't face anyone. Emma and Jake kept asking where Daddy was. I told them he had to go on a business trip. Another lie. I spent the morning in a fog. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I just kept replaying everything in my mind. Every late night he'd claimed to work. Every team dinner he'd mentioned. Every time he'd been distant or distracted. All of it made sense now. Around noon, my phone rang. It was Mark's mother, Patricia. We'd always had a good relationship. She loved me like a daughter. Sarah, honey, Mark just called me, she said. Her voice was thick with emotion. He told me everything. I'm so sorry. I'm devastated. I raised him better than this. I started crying again. I don't know what to do, Patricia. I don't know how to get through this. Do you want me to come over? She asked. Yes, please. She arrived 30 minutes later. Patricia was 64 years old, a retired school principal. She'd always been kind to me, always treated me with respect. When she walked through my door and saw my face, she immediately pulled me into a hug. That stupid boy, she said fiercely. How could he do this to you? To his children? We sat in my living room. I told her everything. She cried with me. "I want you to know something," Patricia said firmly. "No matter what happens between you and Mark, you're still my daughter. You hear me? You've been part of this family for 12 years. You're the mother of my grandchildren. That doesn't change just because my son is an idiot." "Thank you," I whispered. "That means everything to me." "Have you thought about what you're going to do?" she asked gently. "I can't forgive him," I said. "I know some women would try to work it out, go to couples therapy. But Patricia, he said he loves her. This wasn't just sex. He has feelings for her. How do I compete with that? How do I live with him knowing part of his heart belongs to someone else?" She took my hand. "You don't have to compete with anyone, honey. You don't have to do anything except what's right for you and your children." "I think I want a divorce," I said out loud for the first time. Patricia nodded slowly. "If that's what you need, then that's what you should do. And I'll support you every step of the way." That afternoon, Mark started texting me. Dozens of messages. Mark: "Sarah, please talk to me." Mark: "I know I screwed up. I know I hurt you. But please give me a chance to fix this." Mark: "I ended it with Jessica. I told her it's over. I choose you. I choose our family." Mark: "Please answer me." I didn't respond. I couldn't. I didn't believe him. How could I? He'd lied to me every day for 5 months. Why would he suddenly tell the truth now? My best friend Rachel came over that evening after I called her. I told her everything. She was furious. "That son of a bitch," she said. "I never liked him. Something about him always seemed off." "You never told me that," I said. "Of course not. You loved him. I wasn't going to ruin your happiness based on a gut feeling. But now I'm saying it. He's a narcissistic asshole who took you for granted." Rachel helped me start thinking practically. I needed to protect myself legally and financially. "Call a divorce attorney tomorrow," she advised. "Get ahead of this. Don't wait for him to make the first move." That night, alone in my bed, the bed where Mark and I had slept together for 12 years, I made a decision. I was done. The marriage was over. There was no going back from this. He hadn't just cheated on me. He'd built an entire secret relationship with another woman. He'd told her he loved her. He'd planned a future with her while pretending to build a future with me. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice he made every single day for 5 months. The next morning, I called Mark. "Sarah," he answered on the first ring. "Thank God. I've been going crazy. Are you okay? Are the kids okay?" "We need to talk," I said calmly. "Can you come over tonight after the kids are asleep?" "Yes, of course, anything. I'll be there." He arrived at 8:30 p.m. I'd put the kids to bed early. Emma had asked again where Daddy was. I told her he'd be home soon. I didn't know if that was true. Mark looked terrible. He had dark circles under his eyes. His hair was messy, his clothes wrinkled. He looked like he hadn't slept. "Thank you for agreeing to talk," he said as he sat down in the living room. I sat across from him, not next to him. I needed distance. "I've made a decision," I said. He leaned forward, hopeful. "Okay, I'm listening." "I want a divorce." His face crumbled. "No, Sarah, no. Please don't do this. We can fix this. We can go to therapy. I'll do anything." "Mark, listen to me," I interrupted. "This isn't about anger. This isn't about revenge. This is about the fact that I can't trust you anymore. And without trust, there's no marriage." "You can learn to trust me again," he pleaded. "I'll prove it to you. I'll show you every text message, every email. I'll share my location with you 24/7. I'll do whatever it takes." "Do you know what you're describing?" I asked. "A prison. You're describing a marriage where I have to monitor you like a prisoner because I can't trust you not to cheat again. That's not a marriage, Mark. That's torture. For both of us." "So that's it?" His voice rose. 12 years of marriage, 2 kids, and you're just done? Just like that? "No," I said firmly. "Not just like that. You ended this marriage when you slept with Jessica the first time. You killed us when you chose to keep seeing her instead of confessing and asking for help. You destroyed our family when you looked me in the eye every day and lied. This isn't me giving up on us, Mark. This is me accepting that there is no us anymore. You made sure of that." He started crying. "I love you. I love our kids. I don't want to lose you." "You should have thought about that in April," I said coldly. "What about Emma and Jake?" he asked desperately. "What about our children? Don't they deserve a chance to have both parents together?" That made me angry. Really angry. "Don't you dare use our children as emotional blackmail," I said through gritted teeth. "Our children deserve parents who respect each other, who are honest with each other, who model healthy relationships. What do you think they'll learn if I stay with you? That it's okay to betray someone you claim to love? That women should accept being lied to and cheated on? That marriage vows mean nothing?" He had no answer. "I'm calling a divorce attorney on Monday," I continued. "I want you to move out permanently. You can see the kids on weekends. We'll work out custody arrangements through lawyers." "Sarah, please. This conversation is over, Mark. I need you to leave now." He stood up slowly. "I'm not giving up on us. I'm going to fight for our marriage." "There's nothing to fight for," I said quietly. "It's already gone." 3 months have passed since that night. Mark moved into a small apartment in Bellevue. We're in the middle of divorce proceedings. It's ugly. Lawyers, paperwork, arguments about money and custody. Emma and Jake are struggling. Emma cries sometimes and asks when Daddy's coming home. Jake has started acting out at school. My heart breaks for them every single day. But I'm standing firm. This was the right decision. I found out through mutual friends that Mark is still seeing Jessica. So much for choosing our family. He moved on with her less than a month after I kicked him out. Patricia, bless her, remains my biggest supporter. She's furious with Mark. She actually stopped speaking to him for 2 weeks after she found out he was still with Jessica. As for me, some days are better than others. Some days I'm strong and confident and sure I made the right choice. Other days I cry in the shower and wonder if I should have tried to save the marriage. But then I remember those text messages. I remember his lies. I remember the way he looked when he admitted he loved her. And I know I made the right choice. I deserve someone who chooses me every single day, not someone who needs to be caught before he stops lying, not someone who only comes back because his affair got discovered. I deserve real love, honest love, faithful love. And Mark Mitchell will never be able to give me that again. So yes, my marriage is over. My family is broken. My life has been turned upside down. But I'm still standing. And someday, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, I'll be happy again. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to our channel. We share real stories from real people about the hardest moments in life and how they survived them. Your support means everything.